The US has an extensive culture of drive-through service.
Man, this is the first time I see one. This is a drive-through pharmacy? Oh my god. My friends, how common is this actually in America? Can you find one close to your home? If so, leave me a comment, my friend, because first time I'm actually seeing one. 20 things done in the USA but nowhere else. My friends, I really wonder what those things are. But before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. Is the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description. You guys know I love this type of videos. Split.
Today we're looking at 20 things that you could do in the United States but nowhere else.
Yeah.
That's right, here in the United States we could do a lot of things that other countries shake their collective heads at
Like
in
what?
disgust or disbelief. Now there are a few of these items where you might sort of find them in other countries, but for the
Okay.
most part these are just US things.
Oh boy.
Towards the end of the video, I will have a question that you can answer about a future video. If you could please leave your response in the comment section below.
Okay.
Got it? Get it? Good.
Good.
Let's take a look.
Man, I'm excited. Advertising prescription drugs. What?
Number 20. Advertising prescription drugs. The US and New Zealand are the only countries where direct-to-consumer advertising for prescription drugs is legal.
Okay, I was aware of this, that in America is very common, but New Zealand also?
We're a little heavy on it compared to New Zealand. We're really heavy on it, actually. This practice is allowed due to the belief in consumer empowerment and the free market, where individuals are encouraged to make informed decisions about their own healthcare without the government being involved. They want to leave it up to you and a giant pharmaceutical company that's making a profit off it. What could go wrong?
Okay, before we go into the next one, I have a question for you, my friends, and I would love if you could leave me an answer. So if you go right now to your TV, you turn the TV on, you can see, it will be easy to find a medical ad on the TV, or is this something that is actually not as common as he makes? I wonder, to be honest. Here we don't have this type of advertising, but I really wonder, my friends. Extreme portion sizes? What?
19.
I'm aware of
Extreme
this.
portion size. Yes, you know all that super size me, big gulps and everything like that? You're not going to find that
That's
just about
amazing.
any place else on the planet. If you go to Japan or a lot of Asian countries, you'll find little tiny Coke cans, not a 40 dog of
Okay.
cherry Coke or something. Now, this is influenced by agricultural abundance, consumer expectations, and a culture that equates value with quantity, leading to larger servings in restaurants. Most
Okay, my friends, I have to ask one thing right away, but do you guys think the Big Mac I ask here in Portugal is smaller than the Big Mac I would get in America? Because I think those type of things should be standard, right? I guess the fries could be bigger, the soda could be bigger, but I feel like the burger should be kind of standard. Am I off on this? I wonder if anyone knows actually the answer. I mean, does not have to be for the Portuguese burger, could be for a different country, okay? But yeah, I really wonder, my friends.
of the time you're going to find this at fast food places. I mean, it's bad enough they're serving us food that isn't terribly healthy, and then they want to sell us more of it. It's no wonder we're one of the fattest countries on the planet.
Damn, this guy's going crazy. Tipping culture?
Number 8.
Okay, this is a crazy video. It's going point by point, and a lot of those I feel like are they have big. There is big debates in America about.
Teen tipping culture. In the United States, tipping is customary in restaurants, bars, taxis, and other service industries. It's not as prevalent or expected in many other countries. Matter of fact, most Asian countries will be offended if you try and give them cash past what you owe for, let's say, a meal or something like that. Servers may actually be confused as to what you're doing. I mean, here in the United States, tipping has gotten out of control. I don't mind tipping someone. I just don't like tipping everyone.
Wait, my friends, not the first time I also see people saying this, that tipping is out of control. Do you guys agree with this? And if so, can you explain me why people tend to say this? Because I don't get it. Tipping have been a thing in America for so long, but I've been seeing more people saying this, that tipping is out of control. I don't understand why.
It's just a matter of time before there's a tipping section when a cop gives you a speeding ticket. Look at the cop. What's with the tipping section? Well, if you think I did a good job and you want a tip, go ahead. Well, you didn't drag me out of the car and beat me on the sidewalk, so I'm giving you a tip, pal. Shelby Church made a pretty good video on out-of-control tipping.
Oh, I may have to watch that one. Imperial Units. Oh my god, another controversial one.
Number 17, Imperial Units. Most of the world uses the metric system, not the United States.
My friends, I'm gonna defend you. America's number one, baby. Deal with this. Yeah.
We're not a bunch of sellouts. We're sticking with the imperial system. We like our miles, gallons, and Fahrenheit. Meters, centimeters. We're sticking with yards and feet. We should include that British thing and start using pounds also. Yeah, while the rest of the world switched the metric system to make it easy, we decided that wouldn't make it easy on us, so we stuck with what we know. The imperial units. Now, back when I was a kid, probably, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, something like that. So we're talking back in the early 80s. They were getting us ready to switch over to the metric system. They were teaching it to us in school, and they said in a couple years we're going to switch to the metric system. But apparently...
Wait, so you guys really tried at one point to go to the metric system? Oh, I was not aware of this. Anyone remember them talking about this? Wow.
Mississippi, Georgia, Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas, and West Virginia couldn't get it together. So they had to scrap the whole plan.
But I love the South, so I mean, it is what it is. Drive-thrus everything. Man, this one I like it, I have to be honest. I wish we have drive-thrus for everything. It's so practical.
Number 16, drive-through everything. Yes, the US has an extensive culture of drive-through service.
Man, this is the first time I see one. This is a drive-through pharmacy? Oh my god. My friends, how common is this actually in America? Can you find one close to your home? If so, leave me a comment, my friend, because first time I'm actually seeing one.
Services, not just for fast food, but banks, pharmacies, liquor stores, even weddings in Las Vegas are now drive-through. Here in
What? Nah, no chance. Weddings. Drive-through. Wait, but how that works? Is the priest in the window doing the old, forever and ever? You know what I mean?
Portland, Oregon, we had a drive-through strip club during the pandemic. I'm not even...
Oh my, okay, capitalism went too far, my friends. You guys know I love America, but this is so funny.
I'm kidding.
Okay, electoral college system. Electoral college system. I don't know about this one.
Number 15, the Electoral College system. Yes, it's a little strange to most people. Designed by the Founding Fathers to balance the influence of the populous and less populous states, ensuring a distribution of power that prevents dominance by heavily populated areas, which I kind of understand in a way because the states are supposed to be equal. Even though one state may have more people, the states still need representation. Now, they do factor in the size of the state and how many people. That's how many electoral college votes they get. As an example, Texas has a much higher population than, let's say, Kansas. So Texas has about 30 million residents. They get 26 electoral college votes. Kansas, on the other hand, only has about 3 million. They get 7. So each state, depending on the amount of people they have, do have a little more power than other states, but at least everyone has some skin in the game this way.
But this makes a lot of sense. I mean, this is amazing.
Stop typing. Those aren't the current numbers. Which brings me to my other point. As the census comes out, they change how many electoral college votes you get, depending on what your population's doing. The map for the upcoming 2024 election, Texas has 40 electoral college votes, and Kansas only has 6. They've actually gone down a little bit. Texas has gone up. Obviously, California, having the largest population, has the most votes with 54. One other little fact that I find strange there, 2 different states split their electoral college votes. So they could go either way. They could both go Democrat, one could go Democrat, one could go Republican, they can both go Republican, whatever. And that is Nebraska and Maine. Myself, I think they should split up the votes by the city versus rural areas because they're always going to be different. They have different ways of life, they have different values, and they have different ideas of how this country should work. Still has to follow the population, but let's say you take California. Los Angeles gets 10 electoral college votes, but you go out to the desert to the east of there where hardly anyone lives, maybe they at least get 1 vote. Same thing in Oregon. They get 8. Let's give Portland, where most of the people live, 5, and then split up the other 3. I don't know. It's a mess. It's kind of weird, especially if you come from another country.
Well, I don't have a strong opinion on that one, my friends, but I would love to know your perspective because it seems a bit confusing, even though I like the original idea. But do you guys think, for example, now with the next election, this will be the system, right? But don't you guys think popular vote could be even better? Or do you guys like this a bit more? Let's say, is Trump versus Kamala Harris, I believe. I was looking at the news. If Trump have 1 more vote, he wins. If Kamala Harris have 1 more vote, she wins. I think this could be a bit easier now. But maybe I'm missing something. I don't know, my friends. The right to carry... The right to carry weapons. Hell yeah, brother. I love this. I never touch the weapon, by the way. If I go to America, would I try it? 100% I would.
Number 14, the right to carry weapons. The U.S. has unique gun laws allowing...
Okay, let me say one thing. I would try it in a specific environment. I would not carry a weapon. I don't think it's that legal. That's for a tourist, probably is not even legal. Not that I would do it, by the way. It's not part of my culture, to be honest. But yeah, I would love to shoot some guns.
Citizens to own and carry firearms under the Second Amendment. This level of gun ownership and the variety of firearms available is not common in most developed countries that aren't in some sort of conflict. The Second Amendment is in the U.S. Constitution and it...
Well, to be honest, there is a lot of countries in conflict that they don't have weapons. So this is a bit of, I don't know. I think like this topic is actually quite complex.
Protects this right to bear
Take a look
arms.
at Cuba.
It's rooted in the country's history and culture of self-reliance.
Sorry, I have to explain myself a bit better. Not trying to defend guns or not, because I actually live in a country that is illegal. But for example, a country like Cuba, don't you guys think that if the population had guns, could be a good thing in the sense that they may be able actually to put the government out or something? I think that could have been a possibility, and without guns now they are slaves of the government. It is what it is.
Protects this right to bear arms. It's rooted in the country's history and culture of self-reliance and defense against tyranny.
Oh yeah, brother. Again, this is tremendous. Free refills, man.
Number 13.
Okay, I have to say one thing actually. This is getting more popular here. If you go to Burger King, you damn right get a free refill. McDonald's is still not doing this for some reason. I don't get it. But Burger King, thumbs up for them.
Free refills. Now, this is something that you'll only find in the United States. Our restaurant industry is very competitive, and they want to give you the best experience they can get because that way maybe you'll come back. Soda, drinks, they don't cost that much. I mean, it actually costs more for the cup than the fluid you stick in that cup. So if you can power through a large Dr. Pepper, you can get another one here in the United States. Very few restaurants don't offer free refills, and usually there's something else about them that is drawing people in. Like,
sorry, I will run it back, but what are we working here? My friends, leave a like if you enjoy this type of videos. I have a lot of fun learning about America, and I feel like these videos is something that you also enjoy, so leaving a like is always a good way to tell me that I'm actually making a correct assumption. But, okay, Dr. Pepper, I'm all about it. I would love to have this here. I tried it, by the way. I have a video trying Dr. Pepper in my channel. Just, search that and you'll find it. What the hell is this, my friends? Banks? Cannot see it very well, actually. But Oh, root beer. Root beer. This is a specific drink in America. Orange. This we have here. Actually, I love Fanta. Strawberry? What? I never had strawberry. Dr. Pepper Diet. Oh my. Okay, I wonder if it tastes as good as the original Dr. Pepper. Sprite, we also have it. Coca Diet, we call it Coke Zero, same thing, I feel like. And Coca-Cola, of course. No Pepsi, interesting.
Out here on the West Coast, we have In-N-Out Burger. People line up to go there because the burgers are really good. It's been a couple years since I've been in one, but the one in Southern California didn't have free refills. I've been to other ones where they did have free refills, but they have a line out the door. They're not worried about the customers.
Sorry, but what the hell are those? Lemonade, icy, fruit fusion. Okay, maybe a bit more for kids.
Satisfaction, so they don't offer it in some places. Now, it's been a couple years. That might have changed. That's just an example I give. I live in Oregon now, and there's like 2 in the whole state.
Ooh, what is state, Oregon? College sport scholarships. Yeah, this is a thing.
Number 12, college sports sponsorships. Colleges and
I said this in other videos, sorry for pausing, but if you are good at sports here, honestly, no one cares about that.
Universities are an industry now. The sports is just one of the products they're selling. They're putting on a show. That show needs sponsors. That show needs advertisers. What do the athletes get out of this? Normally, they just get an education out of it. I do know there are some changes going on right now where they can get a cut of the advertising and stuff like that. That's not what this video is all about. That could be a 2-hour documentary by itself. The advertising and the sponsorships in college sports is a billion-dollar industry. They hire the best coaches. They recruit the best players, not because they want to win, just to win. They want to win so they'll be on the national scene, which means bigger paydays for the university.
Oh, wow. Oh, that makes sense. Pledge of Allegiance.
Number 11, the Pledge of Allegiance in schools. Now, when I was a kid, I, for some reason, thought
I don't know what is this.
It was allegiance, so Pledge of Allegiance. I was probably in my 20s, and I saw the word, and I went, oh, allegiance. Wow, what was I thinking? You ever have one of those things where you've just said it or thought it for so long, and then all of a sudden one day you're driving down the road, you're like, wait, what? Why did I think that it was that way? This happened to me with chocolate milk. When I was a little kid, someone told me it came from black cows. And it's not one of those things you think about every day, but I was like in high school or something, and all of a sudden someone said something about chocolate milk. I'm like, holy shit, came from black cows, and my friends just stared at me, thought I was making a joke. You know, I'm sure at any time in my life after the age of like 5, if I would have thought about it, I would have immediately dismissed it, but, never really thought about it. Yes, but this was initiated in the late 19th century and adopted widely during the 20th century to promote national unity and patriotism. Reciting the Pledge of Allegiance in schools is uniquely American. Well, it is now.
Oh, I know what he's talking about, yeah. But I think this is beautiful. I mean, you should love America. It's such a great country.
They used to do something similar in the Soviet Union. I would not doubt they do something in...
No, this was a thing also in Portugal years ago. Not anymore, but at one point it was. My parents remember doing this.
North Korean schools too. The weird thing about it is they force you to stand up and do it. Now, I understand maybe teaching kids the importance of something like this or the history of it, but to actually force them, I've always thought was kind of weird.
Okay, I mean... Jury duty. Oh, this is basically, from what I understand, if you are an America's, if you are an American, basically, a person, you may have to go to, you may be a jury in the case, right?
Number 10, jury duty. U.S. citizens are summoned for jury duty, participating in the legal system, and it is mandatory unless you've got a really good excuse or you did what I did. I pretended I was insane. I never got a jury summons again the rest of my life. Now, this is in California. 2 things I did. They asked me my first question. I said I had to consult my attorney. He lives in my pants. I got some giggles. They stared at me. The judge lowered his glasses and said, really? And I said, I don't know. Their next question to me was, have you ever committed a crime? I said, I don't know. Is this a real cop? And I pointed towards the bailiff, and he said, I am a sheriff. I said, then I plead the 25th Amendment, which I should have said 5th Amendment, but I knew that, but I just thought I'd be weird. And the attorney asking me questions said, all right, great. So the vice president here can be excused. Yep, never got another summons.
Wait, is this a real story? Going into debt for college. Yeah, my friends, this seems a big thing in America. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what to think about this one also because uh, I have to be honest here. A lot of things are free in Portugal, my friends, and education is almost free. It's not totally free, but it's almost free. So no one, I mean, not no one. I should say no one, but most people don't have any type of debt when they come out of college/university. But yeah, I mean, different countries, right?
Number 9, go.
And there is always a smart Andy typing in the comment section, André, but you guys pay a lot of taxes. Fair, my friend.
Going into debt to go to college. Yes, this is something that is very much a US thing. Other countries do charge for universities and colleges, but nothing like we do. It's not an industry like we talked about earlier.
I guess I can share this with you. I went to university in 2007 and I per year, not putting the place where I end up staying, etc., the house, forget about that. But just for the university, the education was like $1,000 more or less per year. So, and if you go 3-4 years, it depends, of course. You pay like 4 or 5K. You know, this is very little compared with America. And nowadays, from what I understand, is even less than it was at my time. And the government is actually not refining, sorry. English is not a main language. And for some reason, I feel like I'm struggling a lot today. So I apologize. But the government is actually doing some refunds to people that went to university and paid, for example, 1K, like I did. I cannot apply for that because it was a long time ago, but some people are actually getting the money back. So it's basically free, actually.
With the college sports. Most developed countries offer free.
Sorry, I know I have some older people watching me, and you guys probably have kids that went to university. Per year, almost it was just for the college. If you guys could share that with me, I would appreciate, my friend, because I don't know. You see a lot of misinformation about this on internet. You see people that say, I won 100K, $100,000. I'm like, no chance, right? Some people say $20,000. So it's a big gap, you know.
Free college. In Germany, you have free college, plus the government pays your monthly rent. Here in the United States, you collect
the monthly rent is not a thing here, but wow.
A massive amount of debt. If you're in the military or you've done some time in the National Guard, like my brother, his daughters went to a state school tuition free because he served in the National Guard. They still had to pay rent and all that stuff, but tuition was free. The amount that is paid for colleges is incredibly out of whack with the way it should be. I was going to a community college back in 1994.
You know what's funny? I enjoyed this guy's videos a lot, but you can tell that he's very left, right? I mean, I know because my country have been very left for a long time, and he aligns with a lot of the talking points we have here. Not saying I agree. I try to... Actually, I find amazing things both in the left and the right, to be honest with you. I'm one of those guys that think in the middle is the best place, but I feel like it's so unpopular right now that I don't even talk anymore. But yeah, it's very easy to tell.
The price per unit was $8. Right now, that same community college, it's $47 per unit. That's if you're a resident of California. If you're not, it's like $300 a unit. Then, of course, they have some weird health insurance thing you have to sign up for. They just tack on a whole bunch of other things. It's nonsense.
Okay. Overworking? I mean, you have to pay the college debt. I'm joking, my friends. But I mean, I think this is Americans are very workaholics, you know, and that's why I mean America is number one. I mean, at the end of the day, you kind of have to admire the grind, you know, that you guys put in.
Number 8, overtime or being overworked. The US is considered to be one of the most overworked countries in the developed world. There are some countries like Japan and a few other ones where they do work harder than us, but we're up there.
You know what? But I saw something about Japan. Don't fact check me on this. I'm just going by my memory. that yeah, a lot of people work a lot of hours in Japan, but Japan productivity is not that good, because there is some studies that after 8 hours our production goes really to the trash can. You are not productive anymore. This is, from what I understand, science, by the way. But yeah, I feel like Americans, even if Japan have a lot of crazy hours, I would bet that Americans are quite more productive.
Most countries offer 6 weeks of paid vacation. You can get some vacation depending on your employer here. And I guarantee it's not 6 weeks a year. A lot of other developed countries offer up to 1 year paid maternity leave with job security. I've talked to a few people that have come to the United States for work, usually on the...
So this one I also... My friends, you guys, I know... Look, I'm going to be real. I understand that a lot of you guys don't like me to bring politics, but I'm just sharing my experience. So I hope you understand that. I'm a new parent, as you guys are aware, and my wife stayed at home 5 months. Everything paid, and she actually can get 3 more months if she wants, but then the pay cut will be big if she ends up choosing that. And I also had 1 month, so basically 6 months is not 1 year like other countries, but it's pretty decent, right? 6 months to stay at home with your kid, 5 for the wife, 1 for the man. I think it's decent, right? In America, how many? Maybe he actually says, but I will run it a bit back because this is an interesting topic. But I wonder how many months you guys get.
Year. A lot of other developed countries offer up to 1 year paid maternity leave with job security. I've talked to a few people that have come to the United States for work, usually on the tech side of things, and they cannot believe we don't have things like the maternity leave, more than 2 weeks for vacation time. One guy
2 weeks.
Worked with, he was from India. I won't mention the company because I don't want to get in trouble, but he could not believe that he had to get the okay to get a doctor's appointment. I watched him limp around the office for 2 weeks before he had his doctor appointment. That was another thing entirely. Turns out he tore his ACL or had a tear in it. He was still walking around, but there was a serious limp.
Okay. Using money that is the same color. Oh, because all the money is green.
Number 7, same color money.
Kind of green, yeah.
Yes, in case you don't know, most other countries have different colored ink for their folding money. $5 might be green and $10 might be red, $20 might be blue. Here in the
Honestly, he's almost a rainbow. He's all over the place.
United States, it's like we had a sale on green ink and we just stuck with it. I worked with they're all in their 20s and stuff like that. And they're college students when I was at Netflix. One day I pulled out a bunch of dollars and asked them if they could name the portraits on each one of the size currencies I had. $5, $10, $20 bill I think I had. They said George Washington for every single one of them. Nobody guessed any of the other ones. I even pointed...
Okay, this is true. I thought Washington was the only one appearing. I don't know. Of course, now I understand for him, but this is Benjamin Franklin, right? But at one point I thought was Washington all over.
The $5 bill, and he's known for ending slavery. And a mid-20-year-old college student said, Martin Luther King? I just looked at her and said, I weep for America.
Private prisons for profit. What?
Number 6, for-profit private prisons. This is a unique concept only in the U.S., with private companies running prisons for a profit. Now,
okay, but how do you make money of this?
Just basic economics should tell you if a company is in the profit-making business, they want to get more business so they can make more profit. That's how companies work. So you're a giant corporation that has a bunch of prisons, you're lobbying to get new laws passed to get more people in jail. The United States has more citizens in jail per capita than any other country on the planet. At the end of 2023, the United States had the highest number of prisoners in the world with around 1.8 million people incarcerated. China has the second highest number of prisoners with an estimated 1.6 million people incarcerated in 2020.
To be honest, I don't trust China numbers, I have to be honest. But yeah.
23. Brazil came in third, and they have a little bit over 1.2. The United States also has the highest incarceration rate in the world, with 716 prisoners for every 100,000 people in the United States. Other countries with a high incarceration rate include Turkmenistan has 583, and the U.S. Virgin Islands have 542 for every 100,000 residents. There's been many cases where judges have been in cahoots with some of these prisons, and they've gone to jail for it. I remember one, I think it was in Alabama or Louisiana, where they had a youth prison. They were paying a judge kickbacks for sending the youths to the prison. So teenagers were getting 30 days in jail for being out after curfew. They brought a
Oh my god. Okay, that's actually shocking, my friends.
knife to school, they get 3 months in prison for it. It was just weird stuff. Finally, a reporter started doing some digging, and it all came tumbling down.
Okay, that one was heavy. High frequency of sales and discounts. Okay.
Number 5, high frequency of sales and discounts. The U.S. has a consumer culture with frequent sales events like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and extensive discounting practices. You don't find this in other places in the world. It's a price, that's the price, it's sticking with. They might haggle with you, but they don't run discounts or sales, things like that. While doing some reading, I did find out that if it's a harbor where cruise ships come into, you'll find some there, but they're really catering to the Americans by doing that. Americans can't pass up a sale. My wife's one of them. If she's standing out the door right now and hears me say sale, she's trying to figure out where it is.
Okay. Writing the date beginning. Yeah, this is a bit confusing to me, but at this point I'm already, I don't mind it.
Number 4, writing the date beginning with the month. Other countries write the date in the format of day, month, year. To us, that format is just weird, but turns out we're the weird ones. It's quite common to write the day first everywhere else on the planet.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, so today will be 13 August, but you guys say August 13. Actually sounds better the way you guys do it, to be open with you, but yeah. Or huge cups of coffee.
Number 3, huge cups of coffee. As it turns out, other countries find it strange that we offer massive cups of coffee and take it to go. Outside of the U.S., it's typically consumed in small quantities, and you sit down and drink it at the little cafe or wherever you're at. Yeah, it's like a little bit bigger than a shot glass. Maybe 3 shot glasses together. That's how big.
Not even. I mean, it's basically a shot glass here.
The cup is normally, and we don't fill it with a bunch of cream and sugar and everything else like that. When I was in South America, I saw them squeeze lemon into it a lot. I thought that was strange, and now I do it. That's how I take my coffee, and people look at me weird when I say it. I'm just, do you have any lemon? I just like to squeeze a lemon in my coffee.
Never saw that.
They want my medication checked. It's embarrassing sometimes.
Taking home the leftovers.
Number 2.
I mean, the portion sizes are so big. This makes a lot of sense, and you paid for that food, so this is a good thing.
Taking home leftovers. Didn't finish your food? Get it to go. No big deal, right? Well, it is a big deal in other countries. It's frowned upon, actually, rude in some other places. In France,
But that's them. Come on, that's them. If you paid, it's yours.
For example, a law had to be passed to allow this to happen. Normally, there isn't that much of a need to do this because they don't serve giant portions like we do here in the United States. But sometimes people want to take the food they paid for home. In other countries, they don't do it, and it is considered rude. But here in the United States, we are a consumer economy. And if we paid for it, we want it. When I was a kid, they called it a doggy bag, like you were going to take it home for the dog. Now, if someone hears you're taking your Diablo burger home to your dog, you get some liberal hippie chick giving you a hard time at your table, maybe follow you home, protest outside your house, big sign that says Fluffy's mouth should not be on fire. I try and go to the gym and I got a bunch of hippie chicks yelling, shame, shame, shame at me. All right, before we get to number one, did you know we have a new channel called The Sweet Life for Briggs? It's a channel for all our travels and where we stay and cruises and stuff like that. If that's your thing, love it if you went over there and subscribed, watch a video or two. All right, here's your question. What major city in the United States do you think would be a better place for our nation's capital instead of Washington, D.C.?
Boston. Boston. Yeah.
All right, on to number 1.
Or Dallas. Could be Dallas also. No, Dallas. I'm going with Dallas. I feel like Texas is very American. New York is also a tremendous choice.
And number 1, food dyes. In other countries, it's actually illegal to add food dyes and other additives to food. Here you get the whole rainbow.
So, my friends, I have a video trying candy stuff, snacks from America. I like it a lot, by the way. But I noticed that a lot of things are so sweet. It's crazy.
Then some.
But I like it.
The reason they have laws against these additives and food colors, because it's bad for you. Here in the United States, we promote food that is actively trying to kill you. There's a comedian that does a great bit on Captain Crunch. He's from Canada. His name's K. Trevor Wilson, and they only have one type of Captain Crunch up there, which is just the basic Captain Crunch. Here in the United States, we have 4 different types of Captain Crunch, and then the occasional seasonal different one. What it is, it's the additives and the food coloring. I mean, we have, only Crunch Berries. That is nothing but dark dye.
Sorry, but this stuff, Fruity Loops, is the most popular cereal in America. It's appearing here in Portugal now. It's quite different, I assume, so because the sugar is quite less. But I always saw this in the movies and stuff like that. People, all of the colors, it's actually mesmerizing. Is that a word? I hope so.
Dyes and additives. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, have a great day, be nice to each other.
Thank you, my friend. This was a tremendous one, to be honest with you, my friends. I know a lot of points in this video will create some debates on the comments, but please be respectful, because at the end of the day, we are just having a great time. And yeah, I mean, I end up learning a lot about America. Still one of the most beautiful countries in the world, and the country that I want to visit so bad. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye, my friends.